XDC at the price of $3 during this bull run, that's not going to surprise me whatsoever. And of course, nothing I say is financial advice, and this is just a hypothetical scenario. But even besides that, why do I think, that wouldn't surprise me whatsoever? It's because if you take a look at it, as of right now, a lot of hype is for AI projects. And I love AI projects, by the way, nothing wrong with that. Also, there's a lot of hype for meme coins. I love them too. But what's a market that's often ignored, that people don't really pay attention to as of right now? And that's the global trade and finance market. People may think that this is kind of a boring market, but actually the potential is hypothetically insane, and in a good way. And guess what? When it comes to the XDC network, it's focused on exactly that. As a matter of fact, it's purpose-built for global trade and finance. So that's amazing. A lot of other projects out there, they're just built for the retail market, really have no focus. And then just as of recently, they're starting to shift their focus towards global trade and finance. But that's not the case, because the XDC network, it was built from the ground up to be focused on that. And if you take a look at it, according to Mordor Intelligence, and no, this isn't some, random, Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings or whatever, besides that, it's very reputable. Again, according to Mordor Intelligence, the global trade and finance market is expected to reach $5 trillion, right, by 2028. Keep in mind, we're just a couple months away from 2025, so this isn't even that far away. And $5 trillion, that's way bigger than a lot of countries' GDP. You got to take that into consideration. This is no, random, market that has caca potential. That's not the case. So when it comes to XDC, they're clearly focused on the right thing, and this right here really is such a no-brainer pick for me. I mean, again, people can focus on other projects, but I love this one. A lot of the times people like to say, oh, wow, it sucks, all this type of stuff, but I disagree. I actually love this. Now, also take this into consideration, though. The XDC network does utilize Sinfin's delegated proof-of-stake consensus mechanism, and also its network is powered by the XDC protocol. But now that we've got that out of the way, the XDC protocol has the ability to be integrated with internal legacy systems, such as, for instance, Swift payment databases. If someone, knows a little bit about banking, I'm pretty sure they'll know Swift. I mean, this right here is very popular, very famous. So this is very fantastic, in my opinion. This is so revolutionary. And furthermore, it can even integrate data into the blockchain using the ISO 20022 electronic data interchange standard. Now, you may be thinking, okay, this is much of jargon, this is kind of weird, very complicated, but it's actually not that complicated, because this right here is actually used by many financial institutions all around the world for inter-organizational data exchange. So the fact that, again, it can integrate data into the blockchain using that, isn't that incredible? It's not like it's some random nonsense that they're even, able to do, right? This is actually some real deal stuff right here. So oftentimes, people don't understand this, and they just automatically assume that XDC is trash, it's all hype, all this type of stuff. But the more I take a look at XDC, the more I realize that, hey, it's actually one of the best projects out there. Now, that's just my opinion. No one has to follow what I do, but that's just what I believe in. And also, it's not like its network is very slow, because that's not the case. It can currently facilitate over 2,000 transactions per second. So yeah, that's an added bonus for me. Lightning fast, very wonderful, no-brainer pick for me, really. I mean, think about this, right? XDC at the price of $3 may seem kind of insane, because it is over a 100x from here, and people may think, whoa, this is kind of ridiculous. But again, for something that's focused on global trade and finance with those amazing features, like I just mentioned before, I don't think it's so crazy. Again, the global trade and finance market predicted to be worth around $5 trillion by 2028. So this is no random market that they're focused on. Now, do they need to be the market leader? No, but again, it just shows the scale in which they're focused on. And keep in mind, if it were to go to the price of $3, considering its current circulating supply, market cap would be around $45 billion. Take this into consideration, right? Dogecoin at one point reached over $80 billion in market cap. I mean, come on. Dogecoin, but okay, people may think that, that's kind of unfair, that's a meme coin. But I think it's still fair to use in this regard nonetheless, because I think this, if anything, showcases that, in the past, we've seen, a project that I think is far less, superior actually reached a way higher market cap than this. Granted, it's a meme coin, has a lot of hype, a lot of fans, but even though XDC has way less fans, way less hype, I think its added use case and fundamentals pretty much evens out the playing field. So if Doge can reach over 80 billion, why can't XDC reach around 45 billion? Also, on top of that, you take a look at BNB. BNB at one point reached over $100 billion in market cap. And I don't think BNB is better than this. Now, That's the way I view it, because if I take a look at it, right, according to Crypto.com research just last year, in 2023, slightly over 2% of the crypto hacks that happened actually occurred on the BNB Smart Chain ecosystem. So yeah, I don't really think that's such a great thing, right? I mean, the crypto space overall is massive. So slightly over 2%, even though it may not seem that, big at first glance, it's actually very embarrassing, I think. It's very unacceptable. So if something like BNB can reach over 100 billion, again, why can't XDC at least reach around 45 billion? That's not even 50% of that. I think that XDC is a sleeping giant, and I'm not going to stop believing in it, because oftentimes people like to say that, oh, wow, why isn't XDC at the price of $1, $2? Well, first of all, I can't just wave some magic wand and demand the price of XDC to pump like today or tomorrow. I can't do that, right? The only thing I can control is my dedication, my belief, and just dollar cost averaging, my accumulation, right? Anytime an income, I'm acquiring, I'm holding, I'm just waiting. That's the only thing I can control. I can't, again, wave some magic wand and demand the price to pump today. And people are under this misconception that the peak of altcoins should have happened like a week ago or 2 months ago, but that's usually not how it works. As a worst case scenario, again, worst case, right? Usually altcoins, they peak around 18 months after a Bitcoin halving event. Now, the Bitcoin halving event happened back in April. So in a worst case, that's around October of next year. So that's actually not that much longer from right now, around a year actually. So it's not that bad. And if anything, that's actually more time for me to accumulate. So I don't mind whatsoever. If someone says to me, right, hey, you have more time to accumulate something that you like, why would I say no? I would, of course, say, yeah, sure. Now, of course, I don't want XDC to wait like 2 or 3 years from right now. That'd be kind of a little bit long, but around a year, hey, it's fine by me. I don't really mind at all. I'll just continue to accumulate anyways. And also take this into consideration, the trajectory for Bitcoin. I mean, you take a look at the Bitcoin ETF, the number of institutional investors. Is Bitcoin really over? No. I think the all-time high that we saw this year, that was just a small taste of what's to come, in the very near future, because 100,000, 150,000, that wouldn't surprise me whatsoever during this bull run. Again, with all those amazing factors, I don't see why not. You take a look at how, according to Crypto.com research, there's over 600 million crypto owners. More than ever before in history, by the way. This is practically double the amount that we saw during the peak of the 2021 bull run. So keep in mind, with that taken into consideration, the amount of FOMO, buying pressure, and buying volume this time around, it's going to be ridiculous. It's just a matter of time, though. Around a year from right now, I think things could look so different, and that's why I'm staying patient. I'm not giving up. I feel like I'm running a 10-mile marathon, and then I'm kind of like 8 or 9 miles down, if you know what I mean. I just kind of feel like I'm nearing the end of that acquisition phase, so I don't want to give up. And here's the thing. I want to FOMO into XDC right now, so I don't have to do it later. I don't want to FOMO into it when it's at the price of like 50 cents, $1, $2. At that point, that's cruise control time for me. I want to be busy right now, so I don't have to be busy later on, if that makes sense. I kind of rather just do a lot of the work right now as opposed to just putting it off later and then being like, yeah, I'm going to FOMO into this. That's just not my style. I also don't like the day trade. I also don't like to use leverage. I don't like the swing trade. I don't like to do any of that type of stuff. I just like to keep things simple, acquire, hold again, and just wait. Because XDC at the price of $3 during this bull run, that wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. I think this really is one of the most special projects of all time. Not financial advice, but that's just the way I view it. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I'd greatly appreciate it. It's been Lee the Captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.